Hi everyone, it's Liam here from Rating the Races. So day one of Cheltenham starts in 40 minutes, so I won't keep this video too long. Day two ratings are available for premium members, and here's my thoughts on the event. Obviously I don't have a selection in the Ballymore. It was Kilcruit, but I backed him at the beginning of, I think it was the day after he was second in the Champion Bumper. I felt Sir Gerhard would go to the Supreme and Kilcruit to the Ballymore. They're in the other way, and it'd be frustrating if they both win. I think Sir Gerhard obviously takes all the beating tomorrow, doesn't he? He should get the trip. He should jump fine. I think they feel that Dysart Dynamo and Kilcruit gives them a chance in the Supreme. It does give them a chance in the Supreme, without a doubt. And they could probably pick this up with Sir Gerhard. Of those behind, who do I think is the most likely to finish second? Personally, I think it's Journey With Me. I was really impressed with his performance 2 runs ago when he actually beat Manila Crooner and Kilcruit. I thought that was a very, very good performance. Henry de Bromhead had won the bumper that Journey With Me was won previously by Bob Ollinger. So Henry will have an idea as to how good Journey With Me is. I think Stage Star could be like a Bravemansgame, could struggle this year, but going over fences will be even better. 3 Stripe Life is going to be there or thereabouts, but I can't see him reversing for the form with Sir Gerhard. The only negative you could really have about Sir Gerhard is this. The Chanel Farmer or the Deloitte Hurdle Novice Hurdle winners for Willie Mullins that went to the Supreme, 4 wins from 5. Those that went to the Ballymore, no wins from 3. If you like those sort of trends, then maybe you can find an angle to take Sir Gerhard on with. I think he wins, though. I really do. So let's move on to the next race, which is the Brown Advisory, the 3-mile novice chase. I am going to pause. You've seen the ratings, but I'm going to pause to then not show any further ratings. So I'm sure lots of you will rewind to see who was top rated in that race. For me, now I'm obviously on Ahoy Senor. I still think he's got a great chance of reversing the form with Bravemansgame. Lum Press, I think, has been put in here purely to go away from Bob Ollinger and Galopin de Champs. I think they think it's slightly easier. I'm not so sure, and I think you're not playing to your horse's strengths by running here. 3 under through 5, I think will run a solid race, but I would be surprised if 3 under through 5 was good enough to win a Grade 1 against horses that could go on to Gold Cups. I think 3 under through 5 is a sort of Iscaria 10 sort of horse, goes on to Grand Nationals, goes on to Nationals, long distance handicap chases. Of the rest, I'm not a massive fan of Capodanno. I think it's out of Ahoy Senor and Bravemansgame. Ahoy Senor is the bigger price, obviously. This is the thing I like. Capital Novices, the winners compared to the second and third, when they've gone on to run in the RSA. The winners, their form is 565, P84. The runner-up and thirds is 312, 331. I think what that's all about is the Cheltenham form and Kempton form. They don't work. They're not the same. They're not the same sort of course. Completely different. Ahoy Senor, I think, ran a huge race against Bravemansgame, considering it was at Kempton, a track that I don't think would have suited him. I think it would have suited Bravemansgame more. And I think Ahoy Senor back now at Cheltenham, I think that would really suit him. And I'm pleased to see they do run here and not wait till Aintree. Moving on to, we've got the same race twice there, the Queen Mother. Oh, that's because I've missed the Coral Cup out. Let's go back to the Coral Cup. So we have got 2 in this, in McFabulous, who I do like McFabulous. I think he's got a great chance. In a handicap, I think in a handicap is great anyway. Plus he's over the trip that he wants. I don't think he stays 3 mile. The last time he ran in a handicap was obviously off a lower mark, but it was the Kempton final of some sort, isn't it? Is it the Silver Plate? Or he won really impressively over hurdles. I think this is his trip. It's whether there's something unexposed in the race. the likes of Unexpected Party. Good risk at all if he gets in. He still needs one to drop out. There obviously is still time, and he is being back, so possibly somebody's had a word with... Di Waters has had a word maybe with one of the other owners. Take your horse out and let's have a run. We've also got Mars Harper, who again I think really wants this trip. 2 runs ago was a really good effort behind Good Time Johnny. Gets in right at the bottom of the handicap, very eye-catching. Doesn't stay 3 mile. Others in the race that we could talk about, the Shunter. The Shunter, I thought had a good chance, but I'm not as keen on him at all. He's running here off 148. When he won the plate last year, with Jordan taking 7 off, he was effectively running off 133, £15 lower. That would be a no for me. The Boss's Oscar is obviously interesting, but bang out of form. He essentially finished second in the attempts last year off 144, now up to 147 with the claim of the young jockey, Mr. James. I'm sure a lot of people won't be wanting that horse to win. I think if you wanted a solid each-way bet, it's Don's Levant. I really do. I think Don's Levant is going to go round and run a good race, running on probably into, you're going to get 7 or 8 places if you can find a bookmaker that does that. Not everyone can get that, obviously. I can't. But I think Don's Levant will just be running on, might not be good enough and unexposed enough and well handicapped enough to win this, though. Sam Felicien finished second and got a handicap mark last time out in a grade 3 in the Red Meals behind... No, it wasn't the Red Meals, but it was behind Durasso and in front of like Whiskey Sour and horses like that. I don't think they're proper grade 1 horses anyway. It was only a grade 3 anyway, but I don't think they're that eye-catching to be behind, personally. So I'm not as keen. I don't think that mark is amazing for Sam Felicien. I don't know how much improvement there is still to come from Sam Felicien. So I've got 2 in the race. I'm not going to add any more. I've got McFabulous and I've got Mars Harper. I think if you do want to add one more and you want a solid each-way bet, it's Don's Levant for me. And they are... Don's Levant's quite a long way down. You can get 28s, 33s. Moving on to the Queen Mother Champion Chase. This, for me, is Shishkin versus Energumene round 2. And I think Shishkin has all the... beat Energumene at Ascot, despite everything going perfect for Energumene at Ascot and not everything going perfect for Shishkin at Ascot. Shishkin comes back to Cheltenham, where he's won twice before at the Cheltenham Festival. He knows all of that. It's a stronger race than last year, so I don't think Put the Kettle On wins. I don't think Nube Negra wins, and I don't think Chacun Pour wins, because those 2 are better than last year's renewal, the front 2 in the market, Energumene and Shishkin. And I think Shishkin goes and wins it. The cross-country chase, David Russell takes the ride on Tiger Roll. David Russell's had 4 runs on Tiger Roll, 4 rides, sorry. Won the Triumph and won 2 Grand Nationals. Also finished 7th in a Grade 1 after winning the Triumph. 2 Grand Nationals and end it on a cross-country race to retire the horse. I can understand, I think Tiger Roll is going to go very, very close. If I wanted to take him on with one, it'd be Prendgard. Ignore that run last time, it was just a prep run. It's only 6, has been bought for this race and for years to come. Has been winning these types of races over in France. JP probably realised that Easy's Land wasn't the one that was going to beat Tiger Roll, so went and bought another one. And Prendgard could well be the one that can challenge Tiger Roll. Of the rest, there's horses here that couldn't beat others in handicaps and probably aren't going to win in the level weight races. You can get Prendgard at about 8-1, which isn't a bad price. I think that's quite a decent each-way bet, to be honest. Moving on to the Grand Annual. I've got 2 in this for pleasure. It's an easier race than what he's been running in. It's a handicap rather than the graded races. Just needs to be slightly more restrained. And Embittered. Embittered is £1 lower than when sent off the 9-2 favourite last year. Has clearly been plotted for this race again. I think goes really close. With For Pleasure in the race, who I think will go forward, and we've also got Editor Jujit, and we've also got Alexander Nutz also in the race. I think there's going to be a lot of pace. So I wonder if something held up right out the back could be interesting. And that one that I think could be the interesting one here is Freyro Bamboo. Freyro Bamboo finished second last time to Dolos, who we'd obviously advised to Sandown. Everything was perfect for Dolos. Dolos had run in the race like 4 times and I think had won twice, or was making it his second win in the race. The third horse was Gunsight Ridge, who went far too hard, and the fourth horse was Bundoran, who also went far too hard. Bundoran's obviously come out and won, having been slightly more restrained next time. I think Gunsight Ridge can do the same, and I think Freyro Bamboo is going to get that same sort of race where they go absolutely crazy here from the front, and Charlie Deutsch can wait out the back and slowly creep through. He is £4 better off with being beaten about 5 lengths by Editor Jujit at Cheltenham when not getting there again. I think they'll know that they've got to be getting after Freyro Bamboo a little bit earlier here, and I think because he's only 7, I think there's still a lot more to come from him, and he is one I am going to add to my Cheltenham selections for tomorrow. So we've already got Embittered, we've already got For Pleasure, and I want to add Freyro Bamboo, who's 14s and 16s in places. The final race is the bumper. I think Facile Vega wins this. I thought that effort last time was very, very impressive. If I wanted one that I thought could be a decent each way bet in the race that I'm kind of interested in, it's Poetic Music. Now, the reason for that is, obviously, it's a big price. 40 to 1, great price. 3 from 3 is going to be getting £17 because she is a 4-year-old. So she gets the mare's allowances, she gets the 4-year-old allowances. I think that's very, very interesting. And the fact that Fergal O'Brien had Bonte in this race, and she looked, she was my selection going into Cheltenham. Obviously, she's not being declared, which is disappointing. But she had won twice at Cheltenham, had some good form, had beaten the likes of Top Dog, had beaten other horses that have come out and won, May and Maya being one of those. The form was good, and yet Fergal decided against running Bonte in the Champion Bumper. Instead, he's just gone for Poetic Music. So I think Poetic Music could be an interesting selection in the bumper. On my Cheltenham Festival selections, I only do win-only bets, so Poetic Music won't be on there, but I do think Poetic Music can run a good race and run into the places here. So there's my selections, just the one new one today from those that I've already got, and that's Freyro Bamboo in the Johnny Henderson Grand Annual. Thanks for listening. We've now got 25 minutes until the first race at Cheltenham, so I'm going to go and get myself a drink and get this video posted and then sit down and watch the racing.